What if you could travel to parallel worlds? The same year, the same Earth, only different dimensions. A world where the Russians rule America. Or where your dreams of being superstar came true. Or where San Francisco was a maximum security prison. My friends and I found the gateway. Now the problem is finding a way back home.
Remember when Sci-Fi TV wasn't about billion-dollar CGI or shiny starships, but four mismatched friends jumping between worlds with nothing but a souped-up garage remote and pure chaos? Yeah, those were Sliders. In 1995, while America was obsessing over if Ross and Rachel would actually get together or if they would just stay on a break, Fox premiered a show that took one brilliant what if and ran with it. What if you could slide between parallel versions of Earth, each one a twisted funhouse mirror of our own reality? Welcome to Sliders, the show that gave us killer alternate histories, dystopian nightmares, and enough multiverse madness to make Marvel jealous. 30 years before Marvel made it cool. For 5 seasons, Quinn Mallory and his crew slid through worlds where the British won the Revolutionary War, where Russia bought America, and where penicillin was never discovered. It was satire, adventure, and just weird enough to feel dangerous, until network meddling turned it into, well, something else. Today, we're diving into 15 weird facts about the show that proved parallel universes are real, and in most of them, Fox makes better decisions. Now, before we slide into the madness, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel keep jumping between dimensions. Now, let's see what's behind door number infinity. Number 15, Fox decided Sci-Fi needed more explosions. You know that moment when network executives look at something brilliant and think, but what if we made it stupid instead? Well, welcome to Sliders Season 3.
What if you found a portal to a parallel universe? What if you could slide into 1,000 different worlds, where it's the same year, and you're the same person?
The show started as clever social commentary wrapped in sci-fi adventure. Worlds where women ruled society, where antibiotics never existed, and where technology took different paths. It was like the Twilight Zone with a sense of humor and better special effects. Then, Fox decided what audiences really wanted was more explosions and fewer brains. Because apparently, thoughtful sci-fi was too complicated for people who couldn't figure out how to program their VCRs. Co-creators Tracy Torme and Robert K. Weiss walked away mid-season 3, followed by executive producer John Landis. Their crime was refusing to turn their thoughtful sci-fi into Tremors, the TV series.
In 1995, producers Tracy Torme and Robert K. Weiss developed Sliders. The show's concepts are based loosely on Einstein's general theory of quantum physics, which proposes that if an object has enough gravity, it could literally tear a hole in the universe.
The tonal shift was immediate and brutal. Gone were the nuanced explorations of what if history went differently, and in came generic monster of the week plotting that could have been lifted from any bargain bin action show. Even the look changed. The show moved production from Vancouver to Los Angeles, trading its moody indie atmosphere for generic TV gloss. It's like watching someone take a vintage wine and mix it with Mountain Dew. Technically, it's still a drink, but why would you do that to something so beautiful? Number 14, the cliffhanger that still haunts fans to this day. Let's talk about The Seer, the series finale that basically flipped off its entire fanbase and walked away whistling. Imagine Rembrandt injects himself with a virus and slides home alone, leaving Maggie and Diana stranded, Quinn already fused into someone who didn't even look like himself, and Wade long gone after her grim Season 5 fate. The only question the show actually left hanging, whether Rembrandt saved Earth Prime or just delivered humanity its final oops.
Then you have a good life.
Roll credits. Thanks for watching, suckers. The Sci-Fi Channel knew Season 5 might be the end, so they crafted a cliffhanger that dangled fans over the edge, hoping outrage would force a renewal. You know, some classic hostage negotiation tactics. Give us another season or you'll never know if Remy's sacrifice worked. Spoiler alert, the plan didn't work. Behind the scenes, the finale was a budget disaster. They'd already blown the money earlier in the year, leaving The Seer looking like it was filmed with pocket change and a borrowed camcorder. And here we are, decades later, still debating if Rembrandt pulled it off, which means either the show achieved immortality through mystery, or it's the most expensive unfinished thought in television history. Number 13, the tragedy that changed everything. In 1996, during filming of Season 3's Desert Storm, the Sliders family suffered a devastating loss that nobody saw coming. Guest actor Ken Steadman, just 27 years old, was killed when a dune buggy overturned at El Mirage Dry Lake between takes. He was simply moving the vehicle when it flipped and crushed him instantly. His parents later called the death preventable, citing safety lapses that shouldn't have happened on a professional set. The loss shook everyone involved, turning what should have been just another episode into something much heavier. Desert Storm aired with a memorial tribute, and you can feel the weight of that tragedy in every scene. It's one of those episodes that Sliders fans remember differently, not just for what happens on screen, but for what it costs to make.
Cutter.
Yeah?
Why don't you just go on home, man?
Home?
Yeah.
No, it's here. It's right there.
In an industry built on make-believe, sometimes the real world breaks through in the worst way possible. Ken Steadman deserved better, and his death became a reminder that TV magic is made by real people facing real risks. Number 12, John Rhys-Davies called it incomprehensible gibberish. You know your show's in trouble when one of your leads starts publicly trashing the scripts, and Professor Arturo didn't just whisper his complaints. He grabbed a megaphone.
There is something odd going on here, Quinn. I don't believe for a moment that my double would slide without first testing it with a probe.
John Rhys-Davies left mid-season 3, and he did not go quietly into that good night. He called the scripts incomprehensible gibberish and said he couldn't deliver lines that weren't actual sentences. His biggest complaint was that the writers didn't understand science fiction. If you're writing science fiction, he said, you should have read some science fiction. Ouch. He wasn't wrong though. Season 3 recycled plots from Tremors, Twister, Species, basically every monster movie from the 90s got the Sliders treatment. Why explore infinite possibilities when you can just steal from whatever's playing at the multiplex? John Rhys-Davies later called Slider the single biggest missed opportunity of my life, which is saying something from a guy who appeared in both Middle-earth and Indiana Jones. Number 11, Fox's brilliant plan: air everything out of order. Now, here's a wild idea. What if we take a show about cause and effect across multiple dimensions, then air the episodes in completely random order? That'll definitely help viewers follow along. Well, that was Fox's master strategy for Sliders. In the first 3 seasons, Fox shuffled episodes like a deck of cards, leading with whatever seemed punchier, even when it shattered continuity into tiny pieces.
If we're home, they should be selling the best hot pretzels in the world. Ah! A sign. A very good sign.
The timer, that crucial device the entire show revolves around, appeared in episodes before the episode where they actually invented it. Viewers watched characters use technology they hadn't seen created yet, which is confusing even by sci-fi standards.
That's their problem. Give me the timer. Hurry. What's happened here?
What do you mean?
This timer has been completely reconfigured.
Cliffhangers resolved before you'd seen the cliffhangers. Character development happened backwards, and it was like watching Empire Strikes Back before A New Hope, except nobody let you in on the little secret that it was happening. The Sci-Fi channel eventually aired episodes in production order, but by then the damage was done. Early DVD releases kept Fox's scrambled order, spreading the confusion to home video. For a show built on parallel worlds and alternate timelines, having your episodes exist in the wrong order isn't clever, it's just cruel. Number 10, the fan campaign that saved Season 3. When Fox canceled Sliders after Season 2, fans did something that seems impossible by today's standards. They got organized without social media. I mean, after all, this was 1997. There were no Twitter hashtags, no Facebook groups, no viral TikTok campaigns. Just old school analog fan power. Handwritten letters, landline phone trees, and the kind of determination that built America and apparently saved sci-fi shows too.
Save me the trouble, Mr. Bullock. I will pull the trigger.
Gen X Sliders fans flooded Fox with physical mail, jammed their phone lines, and basically staged a pre-internet revolt that would make modern fandoms jealous, and it worked. Fox reversed course and renewed the show for season 3, proving that passionate communities could move mountains when they put their minds to it.
Where the devil are we this time?
Hey, what's that noise?
Are those lights moving?
Of course, season 3 turned out to be, well, we've already covered that. Sometimes getting what you want isn't the same as getting what you need, but still, respect to those fans. They saved their show the hard way, armed with nothing but stamps, phone numbers, and the kind of dedication that built the internet age that came after. Number 9, the recurring villain Fox thought wasn't TV pretty enough. Meet Logan St. Clair, Quinn's evil alternate self who should have been Slider's greatest recurring villain. Smart, dangerous, and perfectly positioned to haunt the team across multiple dimensions. She appeared once, then vanished forever.
This is unusual. Most of the time these things land hundreds of miles away. And everything that goes in comes back burnt to a crisp.
Why? Well, because according to reports from inside the network, executives didn't think actress Zoe McClellan was attractive enough to be a recurring antagonist. Let that sink in. In a show about infinite possibilities, Fox's possibility meter was broken because they couldn't see past conventional TV prettiness standards. This is peak 90s network sexism distilled into one soul-crushing decision. Logan could have been Slider's Moriarty, an intellectual equal who understood Quinn's technology and used it for evil.
Don't play this game. We're not going to trade your friend for the disc. That's right. I know exactly what you're thinking.
Instead, she got benched because some suit thought she wouldn't look good enough on a poster. In a multiverse of infinite worlds, Fox somehow found the one where good storytelling doesn't matter if your villain doesn't look like a supermodel. That takes talent. The wrong kind, of course. Quick question for all the Sliders fans out there. Which parallel Earth would you most want to visit? The world where America never declared independence, or the one where dinosaurs survived? Drop your dream destination in the comment section below, and while you're down there, smash that like button and subscribe because we've got more interdimensional weirdness coming your way. Now, back to the multiverse with number 8, Quinn Mallory became someone else. What do you do when your lead actor wants to leave? Well, if you're Sliders, you don't recast him, you merge him with his alternate self and call it science. When Jerry O'Connell bailed after season 4, season 5 introduced us to Mallory, a fusion of Quinn and his fraternal double from another Earth played by Robert Floyd.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Quinn. Quinn Mallory.
This wasn't just casting, it was a metaphysical crisis. Was Quinn still alive inside Mallory? Was this a new person with Quinn's memories? Did it matter, or were we all overthinking a budget decision? The show never really answered any of those questions, which made season 5 feel like watching strangers wear your favorite characters' faces. Robert Floyd did his best with an impossible situation, but asking fans to accept a completely different actor as a fused version of their beloved protagonist? Well, that's a sliding scale of suspension of disbelief that few shows could ever pull off.
This is my street. That's our house. I lived here.
It's like your best friend getting replaced by someone who insists they're still your best friend, just with a different personality, face, and voice. Technically, it's possible in a multiverse. Emotionally, it's devastating in a TV show. Number 7, Wade's $20,000 goodbye. When Sliders moved to the Sci-Fi channel, Sabrina Lloyd, who played Wade, had a simple request. Pay me the same as my male co-star. She asked to be paid the same as her male co-stars. You know, that magical concept where equal work gets equal pay. The network's response was, no thanks, we're good with one female lead. They decided they'd rather write her out than write her a check.
I would have thought that you, of all people, would get that.
Yeah, well, I don't. Not in this case.
So Wade's season 5 appearance consists of uncredited voiceover work in one episode with a body double standing in for shots where you can't see her face. It's like watching a ghost of a character haunt her own show.
Rembrandt, why won't you talk to me?
really me. It's Wade.
Lloyd's exit wasn't just about money, it was about respect, and the fact that the show chose to write around her absence rather than pay her fairly says everything about how female characters were valued in the 90s. Wade deserved better than becoming a disembodied voice explaining her own disappearance, but hey, at least they saved 20 grand, which probably bought half a special effects sequence. Number 6. Fox really didn't want recurring bad guys. The Cro-Mags, those militaristic ape-like conquerors who became Slider's best recurring villains, almost never happened. Fox hated the idea of serialized antagonists. They wanted Monster of the Week episodes where everything reset to zero because apparently they thought viewers had the attention span of goldfish with amnesia.
You serve at my leisure, Cronak. Pray I do not tire of dogma-spewing dynasty toadies anytime soon.
Tracy Torme had to fight tooth and nail to get the Cro-Mags approved. He knew the show needed stakes that carried over between episodes, a threat that made sliding dangerous, not just inconvenient. When the Cro-Mags finally debuted in Invasion, they instantly elevated the series from anthology to mythology.
Do you really believe that your escape from the Cro-Mag detention center was a result of your own resourcefulness?
Suddenly, the slides had consequences. The team wasn't just tourists, they were refugees running from something truly dangerous. The irony was that the Cro-Mags became the show's most memorable villains, proving that serialized storytelling could hook audiences instead of scaring them away. Too bad Fox's fear of continuing storylines kept them from fully embracing what made the Cro-Mags work. Sometimes the best ideas survive in spite of network notes, not because of them. Number 5. The twin who made doubles double. Remember all those scenes where Rembrandt met his alternative selves? The ones that looked so seamless you wondered how they pulled off the special effects on a 90s TV budget? Well, plot twist, they didn't use special effects at all. Those were real twins. Cleavant Derricks playing Rembrandt and his actual twin brother Clinton Derricks Carroll playing the alternates. This wasn't just clever casting, it was budget-friendly genius. No expensive split-screen work, no motion control cameras, no digital compositing, just two brothers standing in the same room acting opposite each other.
And you me. I thought that was the craziest story I ever heard, but no one could fake me like that.
The result looked more convincing than anything CGI could have achieved at the time. The body language matched perfectly, the timing was natural, and the eye lines actually worked. In a show about parallel selves and alternate realities, using actual twins to play alternates wasn't just practical, it was poetic. Sometimes the best special effect is just good casting and a lucky family tree. Number 4. The timer that started life as a flip phone. That iconic timer, the device that made interdimensional travel possible, started life as a gutted Motorola flip phone stuffed with random electronics. Later iterations of the timer swapped in household gadgets. Unverified rumors mentioned TV remotes or game controls, keeping that inventive, scavenged aesthetic alive.
3, 2, 1.
What's he doing?
This wasn't high-tech prop making, this was raid the electronics store and see what looks futuristic crafting. But somehow the DIY aesthetic became central to the show's charm. The timer felt real because it looked like something a college physics student might actually build in his parents' basement. All those rough edges, exposed circuits, and jerry-rigged components made it believable in a way that a sleek Hollywood prop never could have. Compared to Star Trek's smooth tricoders or Star Wars' polished lightsabers, the timer looked like it might break if you dropped it, which made every slide feel dangerous. Sometimes the best sci-fi gadgets are the ones that look like they were assembled with spare parts and hope. The timer proved that clever design beats big budgets every time. Number 3. George R.R. Martin had to set the record straight. 4 years, rumors swirled that Sliders was a ripoff of George R.R. Martin's failed pilot Doorways. Both featured interdimensional travel, mysterious devices, and world-hopping adventures. The Whisper campaign got so bad that Martin himself had to step in and set the record straight. In reality, Tracy Torme's agent had inquired about Doorways, but Torme himself denied any involvement with Martin's project. The similarities were just parallel evolution, two writers independently hitting on the same cool idea. Martin confirmed there was no creative connection between the projects, which should have ended the conspiracy theories, but somehow didn't. The irony is that Doorways never made it past its pilot while Sliders ran for 5 seasons. In the end, the show that supposedly stole the concept outlasted the original by years. Number 2, Family Guy almost called their episode Sliders. When Family Guy prepped their Season 8 multiverse episode, they originally wanted to title it Sliders. You know, the one where Brian and Stewie click through parallel universes with a remote control. Sound familiar? The plot was basically Sliders with talking animals. Same concept, different species. They switched to Road to the Multiverse before it aired, probably to avoid any legal echoes. But the episode still works as an accidental tribute to the show that popularized multiverse TV 20 years earlier. For many younger viewers, that Family Guy episode was their first taste of the same people, different rules storytelling that Sliders had perfected.
Oh my god, now we're nowhere!
Not quite, Brian. This is a universe, but its only inhabitant is one really faraway guy who yells compliments.
It's proof that good ideas have staying power. Even when the original show gets forgotten, its DNA lives on in everything that comes after. Seth MacFarlane might not have called it Sliders, but he sure as hell borrowed the slide. Imitation is the sincerest form of animated flattery. And finally, number 1, the lost script that could have changed everything. Deep in Tracy Torme's files sits a script that Sliders fans consider the holy grail, Heat of the Moment, an unproduced Season 3 finale that could have given the series the ending it deserved. The plot included a team that tries to save a world spiraling into the sun, but it costs Rembrandt his life. Quinn and Wade marry as everything burns around them, until a last-second portal opens and delivers the gut-punch twist. We've been watching an alternate team all along. Torme later described finding the script and realizing it was exactly the kind of haunting, poetic ending fans had been craving. Instead of the endless cliffhangers and character departures that actually happened, Heat of the Moment would have given Sliders closure with a devastating twist that honored the show's core concept. It's the ending that exists in some parallel dimension, the one where network interference didn't destroy the creator's vision, where budget constraints didn't force compromise after compromise, and where Sliders got to go out on its own terms. Among hardcore fans, its legendary status is well earned, because for a show about infinite possibilities, nothing is more fitting than the perfect ending existing just one slide away. In a multiverse of infinite stories, this is the one that got away. And there you have it. 15 weird facts that prove Sliders was a messy, ambitious experiment that crashed, burned, and still lives rent-free in our collective memory. So, what fact hit you the hardest? The tragedy on set? The creators walking out? That infamous finale that still leaves fans writing angry forum posts? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. We love hearing your sliding theories and memories. And hey, since you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next nostalgic deep dive. Until next time, this is Remember When.